Are you tired of falling back in the same old habits no matter how hard you try to change? It's not your fault. Your brain is wired to stick to the same paths, but with an understanding of neuroplasticity, you can finally rewire those pathways to create for lasting change. Hi, I'm Dr. Emem Udoh, an internal medicine physician and hypnotherapist, and in this video, we're going to define neuroplasticity, discuss how it works, and a phenomenon called the plastic paradox, which is what is keeping you stuck in these ruts, discuss how hypnotherapy can break these patterns, and finally, at the end of the video, I'll demonstrate a simple trick that you can use on your own for enhanced neuroplastic effect in your everyday life. Neuroplasticity is a property of the brain, allowing it to change its structure and function in response to mental experience and activity. It's the brain's capacity to reorganize itself by forming new neural connections and modifying existing ones. In short, it allows your brain to change, adapt, and make new connections to help you function efficiently. This ability follows Hebb's law, which says that neurons that repeatedly fire together wire together. For instance, a violinist who has simultaneously moved two fingers many thousands of times while playing their instrument, through neuroplasticity, their brain can take those two motor maps for those two separate fingers and consolidate them into one for the sake of efficiency. Or think of the feelings, expectations, and thoughts that arise when you hear these sounds. You've heard them so much that your brain immediately assumes that what will follow will be entertainment. This is neuroplasticity in effect, just like with Pavlov's dogs. Think of the brain as an untouched wild forest, which is pliable and full of potential. If we wish to cross this forest, we could go about it any way in which we please. It is full of possibility and there are no demarcated trails. Yet, when you do something for the first time, it's like walking through the forest for the first time. If that path works well, you'll keep walking on that same trail. Over time, it'll go from footsteps in the mud to a beaten path, to a road, then a freeway, then a bullet train. Think of these paths as our habits in the same way that repeated use developed ruts in our forest. Repeated habitual action will also develop ruts in our lives. And this is because of neuroplasticity, not in spite of it. The more you walk that same path, the harder it gets to find new ones. This is called the plastic paradox, which highlights the competitive nature of neuroplasticity. It means that when initially confronted with a new situation, the brain is very flexible with its approach. But over time, with repeated exposure, it likes to keep doing things the same way, out-competing other potential behaviors and leading to rigidity. This is why habits can be so hard to break. They become strong pathways in our brain. Dr. Emem Udoh, author of the 2007 New York Times bestseller, The Brain That Changes Itself, said that hypnosis might be the one way of putting the brain into a state of heightened neuroplasticity, facilitating change and getting around the plastic paradox. In other words, hypnosis and hypnotherapy on our minds is like shaking a snow globe or Etch-a-Sketch, momentarily opening us up from the one ingrained path back to the many possibilities. And this powerful effect of hypnotic trance may be due to an involuntary reaction to new, unexpected, or pleasantly unpredictable stimuli called the orienting response. This response occurs when we see someone attractive for the first time, are learning a new language, hear an awesome song, watch a magic trick, or see a strange, non-threatening animal in the zoo, and of course, in hypnotic trance. Notably, the orienting response is also associated with the highly neuroplastic state of early childhood. And similar to early childhood, both the orienting response and hypnotherapy are associated with alpha and theta brainwaves, which are slow wave brainwaves associated with things such as relaxation, sleep, dream states, meditation, prayer, and spiritual awareness. It is believed that these brainwaves, especially theta, are the key to the orienting response, hypnotic trance, as well as initiating neuroplasticity. So let me teach you a technique that you can use in your own everyday life to transition into alpha and then theta brainwave states. I use this technique in my hypnotherapy sessions, and it can be used in things such as before you start meditating, before a yoga session, before creative work or creative output, and before a Socratic discussion. You can even use this before watching a movie if you want to get more in the zone. But, of course, not while operating machinery. Don't do that. This method was taught to me by the amazing Marissa Peer and is a derivation of the Spiegel Suggestibility Index, which was created by Dr. Herbert Spiegel, a renowned hypnotherapist, as well as father of our current day renowned hypnotherapist, Dr. David Spiegel of Stanford. This technique is first meant to elicit rapid eye movements, or REM, which is very closely associated with alpha brainwave states, which then naturally leads into theta brainwave states. So we're just gonna talk through how to do this, this technique. The first thing you're gonna do is you're going to want to focus on your breath. So you're just gonna wanna create a nice relaxed state by focusing on your breath, breathing in and breathing out. The second thing you wanna be aware of is keeping your head straight. So you wanna keep your head straight throughout this and just focus on your breath again. And then the next thing you're going to wanna do, while you keep your head straight, you want to look up with your eyes as if you're trying to look up into your eyebrows. Really strain your eyes up. And again, focus on your breath while you keep your eyes looking up. And then when you're ready, on your next exhale, what you're going to do is you're gonna close your eyelids down over your eyes while your eyes continue to look up. That is going to trigger rapid eye movement, which is going to trigger an alpha brainwave state. Then, once you're in that state, you're going to relax the muscles of your eyes, relax your eyes completely, and you're going to tilt your head down as if you're looking down a stairwell, down 10 flights of stairs, or down over a balcony. That's a better analogy. So we're gonna do it together now, okay? So focusing on my breathing, keeping my head straight in front of me, I'm gonna look up with my eyes, really straining my eyes up as if I'm looking up into my eyebrows. And then on the next exhale, I'm gonna close my eyelids down. And you see that fluttering? That's rapid eye movement, and that's completely natural, completely normal. And then just relax until your head down. And as I do that, I can feel a wave of relaxation come over me. So this is a really powerful technique, and I hope that helps you guys as well.